Mr. Okeke, there is a statement that is actually credited to you, which you made, stopping your members from going to court. And if you may, let me just read out part of the statement, which you've said that there will be disciplinary measures meted out on any member who wants to go to court, or who goes to court, or who does not withdraw their cases in court. That particular statement read, "No member of the party in Anambra State shall institute any suit on any matter affecting the conduct of the forthcoming congresses and primary election for the November governorship election without allowing the party exhaust all internal processes as outlined in the party's constitution for the resolution of conflict." Unquote. That is the statement that is credited to you, which you made after the August 24, which you made earlier on. But the fact, it shows from this statement that it seems some members of your party are in from some draconian time with this kind of statement. If you're asking them to withdraw,
you're missing the crucial part of that statement. The crucial part of the statement is towards the end of the statement, which says, without exhausting all the internal mechanisms. You see, under the constitution of our great party, there are several internal processes that you go through to resolve situations before you go to court. So clearly what we have said is that the candidates should, as a matter of fact, explore those internal mechanisms before going to court. This is as prescribed in the constitution of the party. So we're not banning anybody, but we're saying obey the constitution. This is a law-abiding party. There are processes, there are mechanisms, there are things that you need to do first before any action is taken outside of the party. Go and take those internal actions first before you could go elsewhere.
Well, it appears that if I'm engaging in an internal process, like you have said, assuming I'm an interested party within the PDP in Anambra State, and I've consulted whosoever I'm supposed to consult, and I'm not satisfied, it then means that I will be left with nothing. I cannot go to court. That seems to be the interpretation of this. Anybody that the internal mechanisms does not satisfy cannot go to court.
If you read it again, you would see that it only says, don't do this until you've done that.
And that's what I'm saying, that if that does not satisfy, that means the person cannot go to court.
No. If you have gone through all the internal processes, which we honestly believe will resolve whatever the situation is, if at the end of that you still feel that it's not resolved, nobody can stop anybody from going to court. But what we're saying is that under the constitutions of the party, under the constitution of our party, if you go to court first without exploring the internal mechanisms that we have, then you've breached the constitution.
Well, it's actually very interesting time we're seeing in Anambra State. Well, your party, interesting in the sense that your party have about 2 female candidates, and there's a consensus for those candidates, which I think is very interesting at this time. Though it's not only your party that will find female aspirants, but this time around we're seeing female aspirants in your party. Interesting indeed, Mr. Okeke. And what the consensus you've given them is to slash the amount they will pay for their forms. But in this sense, a lot of people, in what we have seen in the past in politics, especially in PDP, women seem not to have gone too far, especially when it comes to presidential and governorship elections.
Well, like you know, our president, who is the leader of our party, is a very gender-sensitive president. He promised that following the Beijing resolution, the resolutions of the Beijing Convention of 1995, that more women will be involved in governance in Nigeria. He has followed up on that. There are now 13 female ministers, several female special advisors, and several female heads of parastatals and agencies of government. It's trickling down. In all the elections within the party now, the women folk are encouraged to participate effectively. So in Anambra now, we have 2 women who are contesting, and they have as much chance as anybody else to win this election. So they are encouraged to do that. In fact, as we also go into the local government elections in Anambra and in all the other states, we're encouraging lots of women to participate. And to even to underscore this point more, under the constitution of our great party, the 3 delegates from every ward that will go and nominate our governorship candidate, of the 3, 1 must be a woman. So where you have 326 wards in Anambra State, you already have 326 female delegates coming to the State Congress on August 24th. So the women are encouraged, and they have very good chance to win. And it is in tandem with the promise of the party and His Excellency the President. Thank you.
Well, one will be watching and waiting how far the women folk will go in this particular election, as interesting as it is now, but we've seen more of them coming out to vie for the governorship seat in Anambra State. Well, let me take you to the opposition, or well, what will I call the competition for your party in Anambra State. A lot of people believe, or some people believe, that your party has really not been doing so well considering the elections. Well, you have a couple of seats in the parliament, but then this time around, do you think, or do you see the All Progressive Grand Alliance, HABGA, and the APC as a threat for your party? What negatives do you think that poses for your party?
Once we have a united PDP, which we are very hopeful will have a very united PDP, will win Anambra. You see, in 2010, because we didn't have a very united party, members of our party left and went into other parties. And if you look at the votes polled by the people who left our party and our candidate at that time, it was twice more than the votes polled by the present governor in Anambra. So if we have a united party, and the key to having a united party is a free and fair, transparent primary election. Once we do that, and we are working very hard, and we are very hopeful that we will achieve a free and fair and transparent primary election in Anambra State, we will win Anambra State by the grace of God.
Well, Mr. Okeke, let me allow you listen to one of the aspirants, though not from your party, from an opposition party, the APC. He's a former governor and Senator Chris Ngige, on what he feels about your party and how your party will fare in the coming election. Take a listen.
They have a lot of money, depending on what you mean, and they spent the money in Anambra State and in my senatorial district. As the state government was bringing out their own legis, they were also bringing out. I didn't have that to match them. But the people took the money, took the rice, took the wrappers that were given to them, and even gave me some money from it. The last time they came a distant third in the governorship. And in my senatorial election in 2011, they also came a distant third.
This time around?
They will come a distant third.
Again?
Yeah. I can assure you.
All right, that's Senator Chris Ngige, who's representing the Central Senatorial District of Anambra State, and seems to be very sure about how your party will fare, perhaps because of the incidences or the events of the past few days. He said your party will come a distant third. What do you feel, or what's your take on this?
The party will come a distant third. They 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 will come a distant thir
Well, with all due respect to Senator Ngige, he's not the electorate. He doesn't speak for the electorate in Anambra State. He should concentrate on winning the nomination of his party. And then if he's lucky enough to win the nomination of his party, then he should come out and compete with us. But clearly, we are on firm ground, very solid ground, well supported in Anambra State, and we will win Anambra State.